In Part 1, we traced Varanasi back 5,000 years to a city older than Rome, Athens, and Jerusalem. Today, we walk the 84 Ghats, 84 continuous, sacred stone steps stretching along the banks of the Ganges. Each section was built by a different dynasty with its own distinct purpose. At Dashashwameth Ghat, an incredibly precise event happens at sunset, without exception. This image shows 7 priests moving in perfect synchronization, holding tiered fire lamps to the rising sound of ancient Sanskrit chants. This happens every single night, 365 days a year. The Ganga Arti is an eternal physical performance of devotion. It has outlasted every empire that ever tried to claim this region. Then there is Manikarnika Ghat. As the wood stacks and pyres show, between 80 and 100 cremations happen here every single day. This cycle runs 24 hours a day, year-round. People travel from across India specifically to die on these steps. They come seeking moksha, liberation from the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. They arrive in hope, not in tragedy. Contrast this with Ghat, just down the river. Here, the medieval poet Saint Tulsidas sat to compose the Ramcharit Manas, an epic retelling of the Ramayana that shaped an entire civilization. These 84 stone steps function as the biological organs of a living civilization. They simultaneously process the city's epic creative genesis and its final physical deaths. In 1194, and again in 1351, invading generals swept into Varanasi, systematically destroying thousands of temples. The people returned, and the temples were repeatedly rebuilt. The decisive mandate came in 1669. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb ordered the total demolition of the Kashi Vishwanath, the holiest Shiva temple in Hinduism, and mandated a mosque be built in its place. Ancient, deeply carved stone ruins sit directly beneath the smooth dome of the Gyanvapi Mosque. 500 years of history locked in a single frame. The physical stone of Varanasi carries a historical scar. It proves the city did not survive peacefully. It endured through continuous, traumatic physical defiance. After Aurangzeb, the Marathas arrived. Ahilya Bai Holkar, queen of the Maratha kingdom of Indore, stepped in to restore the spiritual core of the city. In 1780, she commissioned the total reconstruction of the current Kashi Vishwanath temple, restoring the unblemished spire that stands today. India's prominent spiritual center was salvaged, funded, and ultimately secured by a female ruler from a completely different kingdom. Varanasi's relationship with Indian classical music is a genetic trait. Pandit Ravi Shankar brought the sitar to the global stage, emerging directly from this soil. Ustad Bismillah Khan mastered the Shehnai, a woodwind instrument that became the defining sound of India's independence. And Girija Devi reigned as the undisputed queen of the classical Thumri vocal tradition. Bismillah Khan famously stated that when he practiced his Shehnai on the Ghats, the voice of the Ganges River entered his melodies. When he practiced on these banks, the river's cadence became his second instrument. The Ganges itself is an active partner in the performance of human culture. A single Banarasi sari requires between 2,000 and 5,000 individual threads. One weaver sits at this complex loom for 15 grueling days to complete a single garment. Artisans finish this fabric using zari, a technique of weaving real gold threads directly into the silk with microscopic precision. This fabric represents a woven lifetime of human effort, engineered to outlast multiple generations. Ghats. Wars. Culture. Varanasi has absorbed thousands of years of death, destruction, and intense human creation. But a vital question remains. Has this 5,000-year-old living entity been reduced to a simple backdrop for tourist photographs? By understanding these ancient layers, we find what this city's soul has become today. That's part 3. Stay with LifeRead.